Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Connect Civilians. So in this lecture we are going to see how to design the landing of the dogleg staircase. So in previous part 1 we have already designed the base slab, okay, for this type of support conditions, okay, where support was provided in perpendicular direction to the steps, okay. So in this we are going to see how to design the landing. So we have already done the calculation for the loading of for landing, okay, in part 1. So we have to also add the loads from the base slab, okay. So load from the base slab will be taken as WL by 2. So our load is on base slab is 16.83 multiplied by 2.43 divided by 2, okay. This will be your effective span of the base slab, okay. So this is not the this is the total effective total length of the base slab, okay. So from this the load was distributed to your base slab. So it is 16.83 into 2.43 divided by 2. So our load will come as 20.45 kilonewton per meter. Now our landing load is 12.56. We have already calculated in part 1. I will show you in here. Okay, so we have calculated the landing load here. So it will come as 12.56 total landing load, okay. So in part first I have already defined how we have calculated the landing load. So total load will be for landing will is 20.45 plus 12.56, okay. So it is come as 33 kilonewton per meter. And for the calculation of effective span, we know how to calculate the effective span for the slab. So 1.5 is the width of the slide, okay. 0.1 is the spacing between the slides, and 1.5 is the width of the second slide, okay, plus center of the supports on both the sides. So its effective span is come at 3.4, and also 1.5 plus 1.5 plus 1 point, this is the effective span for the base slab, sorry, for the landing slab. If you have uh, because we have already considered the total thickness of the base slab, so you can also go with this. Plus 0.1 is the landing gaps, okay. So it will come as 3.245. So we have to consider the lesser value, so we are going to take the effective length of the landing as 3.249, okay, meter. So this will be your effective span section. How it is shown I will show you in the figure, okay. If you are considering this section here, see, if you cut, so this is, wait, if you cut this section like this, okay. So from here you will see that how the section look like, okay. So this is 1.5 plus 150, okay. We have considering the total gap between as 150, so we can change the 100 as 150, okay. And this length of the landing, sorry, length of the flight, width of the flight, so it is also 1.5, so it is 1.5 plus 150 plus 1.5 plus center of the supports. Okay, so this will be your effective span calculation formula. So both landing will be same. You can go with the design of one and provide the steel for both the landings. Okay, so here we have taken as 1, but it is 150, so you can change if you want to change. Okay, that was not a big problem. Okay, this is 1 because gap between the flights is 150 mm. Okay, so it will come as 3.45. That does not make much difference. Okay, so still this value is less, so we are going with the lesser value as 3.249. Okay, this is the wall on both the sides, so it is 300 mm thick. That's why we have taken 300 by 2, 300 by 2, center of the wall. Okay, and total load is calculated as 33 kN per meter. So now we are going for the calculation of bending moment here. So its formula is WL square by 8 was simply supported. Now 33.01 multiplied by 3.249 divided by 8, WL square by 8. So its value will come as 43.56. Okay. After the calculation of moment, we can go for the calculation check for depths. So similar formula will be used for the calculation of depth check as with slab. So here we have provided the effective depth as 149 mm. So formula will be same as 0.138 FCKB into d square for Fe415. So total effective depth is calculated as 126. So we have provided 149. This will also be safe for landing also. Okay. Now we can go for the calculation of reinforcement. So here if you see, for same formula will be use 0.5 FCK by F1 in bracket 1 minus square root of 1 minus 4.6 mu upon FCK BD into B into D. This will be your moment, this will be your concrete compressive strength, this will be your width, and this will be your effective depth. Now AST, after providing all the values, our AST is calculated as 931 mm square. Okay, so we are going to use the dia of bar as 12 mm at 120 mm center spacing. So area will be calculated for this value as 113 area of 12 mm dia bar divided by spacing into 1001 meter of its width. So it is come as 942. So we are providing the more value than calculated, so that will be okay. So now we go for the ST minimum also. So it is 0.12 divided by 100 into 1000 into 175. So ST minimum is come as 210 mm square for landing slab. Okay, so we can go with 8 mm of 200 center. So that will be okay, and you can calculate for that also. So if you provide distribution still as 8 mm at the rate of 200 mm center spacing. Okay, so if you calculate the area provided, you can get more than this value. So we have taken the similar for as the base slab. Okay, so you can also go for the checks for the check for shear. Okay, so first we can go for the landing slab. So the design shear for reaction is calculated as 25.16 for landing, sorry, for the base slab. So you can go for shear stress. So it is formula will be tau v. So this is the our shear force divided by b into d. Okay, so our nominal actual shear stress is calculated as 1.145 Newton per mm square. So you can check the permissible shear from the IS 456 table 19 page 73. So after we have calculated a percentage still came as 0.33. So from the percentage still calculation and from this value, sorry, for the percentage still and from the grade we have taken, you can check from IS code 456 table 19. We can also check from here page 73. So it will be 83. So this will be a table. So this will be a percentage steel and this will be a grade that you are using. Okay. So now we have already done the calculation for this. So here if you see, for percentage less than 0.15, the your M20, we have taken the grade for M20, so M20 value is 0.28 Newton per mm square. Okay, here our percentage 0.33. 0.33 will come between 0.25 and 0.50. So our your design shear strength will came in between this value 0.36 and 0.48. So it is greater than our 0.41145 calculated. Okay, that was already shown here. And as for initial value it is 0.28 and here we have calculated our design shear strength, sorry, actual shear strength as 0.4145. So it is already less than that, so it is still safe. But if you want to find the accurate value for this, so you can go for the interpolation. Okay, we have already talked about in my previous class about interpolation. We are not going to solve here. Okay, so if you haven't know how to calculate this, so you can go and check my lab video. There I have already explained how to calculate the interpolation. Okay, or you can check my Excel video. There we have already done the interpolation for the slab and the staircase design. Okay, so our tau c is calculated as, so it is greater than 0.28. Okay, so 0.28 is greater than our calculated value, so our design shear strength is also more, so this will also be safe. Okay, in shear. Now you can also go for the check for the deflection. So percentage still calculated for the deflection, so we have to take the depth as the total depth for this percentage still formula calculation. So it is come at 0.29 percentage. So fs will be, formula for the fs calculation is 0.58 into fy st required upon st provided. So 0.5 into 415 multiply by st required is 500 and st provided is 580. So our value will come as 207.6 Newton per mm square. So our mf value we can calculate from the IS code. So from on page number 38. Okay, so from this graph you can calculate the mf value, modification factor value, for the check for the deflection. Okay, so this will be your fs value and this will be your modification value, percentage value. Okay, and this will be your percentage in tensile reinforcement that we have calculated here 0.29. So our value will come as 0.29 and fs we have calculated 207. So its ranges 0.207 will come between 190 and 240, so it will come nearby here, and percentage is calculated as 0.29, so it will become as 0.3 here. So if you follow a line and we will go up, so 207 will come nearby here. Okay, sorry, this will be a line. Okay, so it will come nearby here, so it is greater than 1.6, it will come nearby 1.7 and 1.8. Okay, so here we can change the value. Okay, it is not 1.5, it is coming nearby 1.7 or 8, so we are going to take the 1.7. So we have to multiply it by, so LD max, L by D maximum that we have to provide is given as your modification factor into simply supported factor. So it is 1.5 into 20, so that will become as, sorry, not 1.5, 1.7 into 20, so it will come as 34 mm now. Okay, so what we have provided, so it is 3.93, that is effective length, multiply by 1000 divided by effective depth, so it is written in meters, so that's why we have multiplied by 1000. Okay, so it will come as 23 mm, which is less than 34. So this is also save in deflection. Okay, so if this value will be more, so you have to increase the total depth. Okay, similarly you can check for the deflection in landing also. Okay, same method and same formula will be used for that. Okay, so now we will see how to provide the reinforcement for slabs. Okay, so here we have uh, taken the calculated the reinforcement in our base slab first. So here we have provided 12 mm dia of bar, okay, as a main reinforcement. Similarly for the landing we have provided 12 mm dia bar at 120 mm center to center. So this will be your slab. Okay, this will be your bar. So this red one is your main bar, this blue one is your distribution bar. So red one will bar will go like this. Okay, so it will go straight, and for upper landing it will go up to up, and for lower it will go in down. Okay, similarly for the landing slab what will happen, your main reinforcement will come down and your distribution will come up. Okay, for landing slab in these conditions where support is provided perpendicular to the steps. So this blue one is your main reinforcement in landing slab, and this top blue that we are showing is the distribution bars. Okay, similarly in landing first also we have to provide main reinforcement first. Okay, then after that you have to provide the steel. Okay, I will zoom that. So this bar will be provided first. At the top of that you have to provide the bar that is coming from the base slab. Okay, similarly at the top you have to provide the minimum bar. Okay, and this green bar will be your extra bar for bending consideration. So if moment will come more, so you can add. If moment will coming less, so if you can ignore that bars. Okay, but at the top you have to provide the extra bars. Okay, always remember that. Similarly at the top landing you have to provide on the same way. This blue bar will come as distribution bar for landing, and this green bar will be your extra bars. So it will be go up to LD or 3L, whichever is greater. Okay, similarly this bar will be taken as, and this blue bar is main bar for base slab, and this blue bar is sorry, this uh, orange bar is main bar for landing, and this orange bar is main bar for base slab, and these blue are the distribution bar that we have calculated for the base slab and landing slab. Okay, these are for landing slab at the top, these are for base slab, and these orange bar are the main slab for base slab. Here also an extra that we have provided in bottom and at top. Okay, so that will be equal to the same to your minimum bars. Okay, so this is how you have to provide your steel reinforcement in stairs. I will also provide the links of this Excel sheet so you can easily design and provide the bars, and this X will be calculated for the bar that is main bar for sorry, for the distribution bar that is calculated for the landings. Okay, so this will be your total excellence that you have to provide. Okay, so I will also provide this Excel sheet in the description so you can download it, and here you can easily design your staircase by providing the values. I will also add this Excel sheet and provide the information how you have to give all the values in this Excel sheet, and you can easily design all the steel by itself. Okay, so you don't have to worry about any bending moment calculation or steel calculation. Okay, all you need to do, you have to provide initial value. I will also add the video in my next lecture. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.